Welcome to episode 78 of Super Geeked Up, presented by Frostbite Pictures. Thank you so much for joining us. On tonight's show, we're going to talk about the new Gotham trailer, play a game of Name That Geeky Character. We debuted that a few weeks ago. And the team from Progress is here. If you're joining us for the first time, this is your live weekly show where we talk about cool geeky stuff, play some fun games, and have the coolest people from the web series world on. My name is Jeff. Thank you for geeking out with us. Please tweet us at SuperKnockedUp. Use the hashtag SGU. We want to hear your comments, questions during the show. Let me get to my co-host. Giselle is here.
Hello, everyone.
Nice. I love how you sing it, like almost every time.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And we also have Diane.
Hi, everybody.
There she is. And now our other co-host, Nicole, is here, but she also has a whole bunch of people with her. What's up, Nicole?
Woo! What's up, everybody?
Well, that's very enthusiastic.
Do you want me to introduce everybody?
Yeah, so Nicole is here with her team from Progress, so why don't you introduce everybody that's with you?
All right. Well, next to me I have Berna. She's the co-director of our spin-off series, Ask a Cam Harlot, and she's also going to be a producer for Season 2 of Progress, so she's here with us. And then we have Derek Houck, who plays Adam Rhett in Progress. And then we have Paul and David. Paul is an associate producer / assistant director / producer / everything. And then we have David King, who is our amazing production designer. He's here with us.
Whoa.
And then we also have, of course, Armando, the creator, producer extraordinaire. He's here. And we also have Andrea, and she's our digital artist. She did all the digital artwork for Progress. And just me doing digital artwork for our spin-off series as well.
What's the name of the sheep?
The sheep, his name is Pork Chop because he identifies as a pig. He's not into labeling as a sheep. He's more into all barnyard animal fluid, that kind of stuff. So he's doing basically gaffer stuff in the production. So he's very, very efficient, actually. I cannot.
That's a very sad sheep.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right, so please, guys, keep tweet us in at SuperKnockedUp. We like to kick things off with the geeky question of the week, and then we're going to hear more about Progress and from all these folks. Diane, what is our geeky question of the week?
The geeky question of the week is, what's your favorite movie, show, or book set in Victorian England?
So, Nicole, I'll let you guys go first.
Okay. Well,
each of you. You get multiple answers, not just one.
I was thinking I really like the BBC Sherlock. I really like that show. And then obviously like Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. I love that as well.
I love Sherlock too, but you know it is set in modern times, right? All right.
That actually was my answer too. Sherlock.
Everybody.
Sherlock.
Actually, I have to say, I really liked the 1988 miniseries about Jack the Ripper, was starring Michael Caine, because it really put a great, like this. It had the Victorian pageantry. The soundtrack was very awesome, but also you looked at the London's East End. It portrayed both the high and the low aspects of London culture and society very well. Yeah, I like that. I guess I also like the BBC has a spin-off of their ER show called Casualty 1907. That's more of an Edwardian thing, but it's kind of like ER, but in the year 1907. So that's kind of interesting. That's probably more Edwardian.
Oh, cool.
Awesome. Paul, what about you?
That was me.
Sorry, David. David.
Sorry. Oh, I would have to say League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, nice.
That's a good one. Yeah. Artist, loved him, and I also like anything with Sean Connery. What can I say?
Good choice, sir. Armando, Andrea?
Andrea?
I'm gonna go with The Elephant Man. I remember the time that I watched it, I got so obsessed about it that I went on this huge amount of time just finding out about him and his life. kind of learning all this kind of stuff, like with the street in which he was born, from what kind of impression it made on me. What about you?
I'm a big fan of Lewis Carroll, and basically my favorite is Hunting of the Snark, because it's either a very complex puzzle, riddle kind of thing, or a very silly joke, and it has no solution. That kind of stuff is like the whole How is a Raven Like a Writing Desk, but taken into a whole novel concept. No, it's a great book, that one. No, Hunting of the Snark.
Cool. Diane, what's your choice?
I mean, I was gonna say
Your first breath.
sorry,
Woo!
Pride and Prejudice, but that's technically in the Regency era. But I guess people count it as Victorian England, I guess.
All right, sure, why not?
Yeah, we'll go with it.
Taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Claimed it.
I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna be technical about it, doesn't really count. But since everyone's saying Sherlock, which is not Victorian England, by the way.
Sure.
It references. It's like an homage. It references.
I was Pride and Prejudice.
All right. My choice is the original Sherlock Holmes books, which are set in Victorian England.
Yes.
So, which was some of my actually he's my favorite literary character of all time still. So, and, yeah, nice. And Giselle, and I'll share some tweets here. We're getting in a second, but Giselle, what's your choice?
It's between two, which is Dracula and
Cool.
Frankenstein. It's hard. I cannot pick between those two because I just love how they represent all of that repression and that culture and the creative ways that they showed it and how they brought on the ideas of the supernatural and man versus God, and those are themes that we still see today. And just the way it cultivates in that Victorian atmosphere is so beautiful and eerie.
Awesome. I can't believe I didn't think of Dracula. I love that book. And it's totally set in that era.
Well, it's arguably England.
Which, Dracula?
Dracula, it's...
Because half of it happens in England, no?
Yeah, they have
Yeah. Like half the book, at least. More than half.
Derek?
Cool.
I'm gonna go with The Prestige. Because
Oh!
That's a
Great
very
choice.
magic.
Oh!
That's a great
And
movie.
it's set in Victorian England.
I didn't think of that either.
It's
I love that movie.
Christian Bale in Victorian. Is that your Victorian?
All right, excellent choice, Jerp.
Yes.
All right, let's see. On Twitter here, we have Necrodius, our good buddy here. He says, gotta love Sherlock Holmes book series, and Doctor Who episodes are in that era too. Some of Doctor Who episodes he mentioned.
Yeah.
Very true. Let's see. Limited Release tweet said he just got in the door from a full day of flying. I'll do my best to keep tuned in. I'm assuming on a plane. Maybe he has superpowers though now. I don't know. That'd be awesome. And Necrodius also says his favorite Sherlock Holmes is actually my favorite as well, The Hound of the Baskervilles. That's an awesome story.
Okay.
Amazing story. And Sarah Bricky at Tipsy Wibbles, what's up, Sarah, says, also, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is definitely one of my guilty pleasure movies, mostly because of Sean Connery. There you go, David, she's with you. All right,
Yeah,
so let's
so
see.
that's the movie that made Sean Connery quit acting, right?
Let's face it, I don't know if I'm gonna be too geek, even for super geeked up, but I love the graphic novel. I don't like the movie. Frankly, the choices they made on the adaptation is like, why? That kind of stuff.
There's no giant squid.
Definitely. No, what I loved was the whole thing that is the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and they're led by a woman, and that is great in the... And then...
Especially because it's like a secret. I mean, obviously she would be like, okay, we're the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and nobody knows that it's actually her. And who the hell would suspect? It's the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yes.
For one thing.
And all of them behave like complete dicks, let's face it. No? They're very, very awful characters. And they're great, and that's their power, and more power to them. So when they try to make it into Hollywood and mainstream, and I don't like how they went, the choices they made specifically, no? But the graphic novel is great.
also always thought that the original graphic novel, it was a bit like a big daycare, that a bunch of them were like getting into problems because of their own errors, more so than they were doing things. I mean, well, they had more flaws than they had. Were making the world better, and it was pretty neat.
Anyway.
Cool. Sarah also says, actually, to follow up on that, or she said, I'd even go with just a portrait of Dorian Gray by itself. Super fascinating story, book or film.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
At Mute Horn section, tweets in a book choice, David Copperfield.
Yeah.
And let's see here. We have Tanya Dodds, who is our awesome guest co-host from our bonus Saturday show. She says, agree, original Sherlock Holmes books are my fave. By the way, folks, after this show is done, if you really want a ridiculous show, go watch our show from Saturday, and you'll see a bunch of drunk guests and insanity reigns. Thank you guys for not being drunk, our guest today. You can be drunk if you want. It doesn't really matter. It's all good. All right, so before we're going to do some Gotham trailer talk, some games, one game, Name That Geeky Character or Show, but let's talk a little bit more about progress. I mean, you do hear about it every week because Nicole's here every week, but Nicole, why don't you tell people, and maybe some of your other team can talk about progress.
Okay, well, I'll do a little brief thing, and then maybe someone else can chime in. It's about a steam-powered internet. This is in the Victorian era, and Jack the Ripper has access to it and is posting his crimes online, and it's like a Sherlockian cyber thriller. And we're also working on a spin-off series called Ask a Cam Harlot, and it's featuring the main girl from Progress, and then also you're going to see Giselle and Diane. They have cameos in it. Well, actually, they have parts. It's not cameos. They have roles in it, and then I have a little role, Berna has a little role, Derek has a little role. Like, it's going to be really cool. But anyway, does Derek or anyone else want to add to Progress?
Well, I like it. It's very self-aware. It has a lot of that tongue-in-cheek internet humor, but puts it in kind of Victorian context. In fact, it puts the entire internet almost in a Victorian context. I tell people, imagine if Jules Verne did the internet, and then people, their eyes light up whenever I tell them about it. It's such a really fun concept because it takes the steampunk, but it takes that internet humor, and the internet online kind of that cyberpunk thing that helps kind of, I think, bridge the gap for people mentally.
It's a visually astounding web series, and we were nominated for 2 IAW TV awards, and we won how many ISAs, Nicole?
We won 2 for production design. David's here, and then
David.
and then we also won for cinematography as well. It was really cool.
And David accepted his award in full steampunk Santa gear.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome seeing that live in person.
Yeah, we were nominated for 5 other ISA awards as well. So we joked that, I think one was joked that we have more nominations than we have episodes. So that's pretty cool.
Nice. I gotta say, it's always cool. These guys, whenever they go to one of these shows, they're all in full costume. It's pretty awesome to see.
See, I have the vest, in fact, I wear here. Quite nice. Such a nice picture.
They took my costume away, so I had to wear these things.
You can be trusted with that kind of power on an everyday basis.
Yes.
By the way, so we have a tweet in from this gentleman named Mark Plazula. I don't know who the hell that is. He said his choice is, he says Dracula is his choice. # restarting my computer. He's having technical problems.
That's a sad hashtag.
Yeah. He's a sad gentleman, actually. So, all right. So, what else you want to talk about? Anybody? I know you got some news, right?
Yeah, we do have some news. I know people have been wondering about when season 2 is going to be coming out. And
oh my God! When is season 2 coming out?
Yeah, when is it? Well, actually, we're going to start a fundraising campaign next month, but it's going to be a little bit different than a normal fundraising campaign because we're going to be basically selling geeky merchandise. Like, we have these really cool shirts, leggings, and And it's not just progress related. It's more general. So even if you don't see the series or you're not a fan of the series, you can still buy something really cool, and then the profits actually go to finish season 2. And we're also donating a portion to a really awesome nonprofit that we partner with called Free Geek. And they're based out of Portland, and they take used electronics and they recycle them, or they can upcycle them, create new computers, and give them to schools and people in the community. And if you donate time volunteering, you get a free computer. And they've served as a model for similar nonprofits all over. So it's going to be a really cool campaign that we're going to be doing. It's more of a movement, I guess you can say. And so look for more of that coming up. But that's going to help us fund season 2.
Awesome.
Yay!
Very, very cool.
That's awesome.
And where can people go to watch and find out more information about everything you just talked about?
Please check us out at progresstheseries.com, and you can also find us on YouTube after Super Geeked Up is over, and our channel is Progress the Series, and we're also on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram.
Awesome. Hey, here's some other stuff you should check out after the show is over, and that's Defective Geeks. Giselle, what's that about?
Defective Geeks is a blog and podcast run by self-proclaimed Lady Geeks. We have a podcast up every Wednesday. We also do a bi-weekly live show on Mondays. So if you want to see what goes on in the crazy, slightly disturbing life and minds of girl geeks, please check us out at defectivegeeks.com.
That's awesome. You should do it that way every show. That was very energetic.
I know. I always feel like I suck at it every week, and this is the only time when I want to pat myself on the back I did a good job.
All right, so Sarah Tipsy Wibbles tweets in, I really wish I could visit your Scotland Yard website. I want to listen to little ditties all day. Let's see, Mark also, Necrodius tweets in that he was wondering where Mark Mazula is. He was worried his flowery bed sheets ate him. You can't see it now because he's not on. He does have very flowery bed sheets that are never made. All right, so he usually tells you about Super Knocked Up, but I'm going to do it since he's not here. If you have not seen our show before, I do a web series called Super Knocked Up. It is an action comedy. Female supervillain gets knocked up by a superhero, and she has to raise the baby with her nemesis. And shenanigans ensue. So please check it out, superknockedup.com or the YouTube channel you're watching this very minute. All right, so we've got a game coming up, Name That Geeky Character. Nicole and I, at least, we had fun doing this a couple weeks ago when we debuted it. And I think it's actually one of Nicole's favorites. And so, we're going to talk about the new series Gotham, which the trailer just debuted the other day. But first, if you're watching the recorded version, we're going to take a quick commercial. We'll be back in a second. Okay, so some of you guys, any of you guys get to see the Gotham trailer?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I was Monday, 24, Live Another Day debut, it's one of my favorite series of all time. So I'm super excited that I was watching that. That's a different story. But as I was going through my DVR real fast, I almost missed it. I was like, holy crap, that was a Gotham TV spot that he just put on. So I went back and watched it, and then I watched the extended version online. So I know, Diane and Giselle and Nicole, I think we've talked about this a few weeks ago, right? Just kind of about the series and what we were thinking. Mm-hmm. I gotta say, from this trailer, I thought that they kicked ass on the trailer. It's it's gritty. The acting looks top notch. I'm really excited actually about the show now after seeing that trailer and seeing where the characters we all know and love, how they got to where we know them, and how they started. And I'm super actually excited that they had a young Catwoman in there, Selena Kyle, because I was always hoping actually she and Bruce would be friends as kids. They would work that in, so I'm hoping that might happen. Anyway, those are some of my thoughts. What do you guys? Maybe Diane, Giselle, Nicole, anybody?
It looked fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Here was the
end. That's Sorry, what was that?
Is it just me, or was the penguin not fat?
He hasn't gotten fat yet.
He's young. He's young. Give him time. He has time to fat now.
There's not time for him to stress eat. So.
Yeah. Because he's still, I assume he's still a young criminal. Maybe he has a glucose, stress eating, cortisone problem, and that's what causes him to like
diabetes as he grows up.
It's like Harvey Two-Face, so he doesn't burn half his face off. But you don't get there. He will earn his pounds when he becomes the penguin.
Come on. But what if the penguin was the typical chubby kid saying, "Hey guys, wait up! You'll see when I'm a super villain," that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Yeah.
You're right, no? That's it.
I mean, to be fair, it's a little odd. Like, you identify him by the suit. Kids can wear suits.
Yes.
The suit, and he's kind of chubby and kind of weird and kind of gross.
Yeah, like an Augustus Gloop penguin.
That exactly. That kind of stuff. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be gross. He can be elegant, like he used to be in the TV series.
Yes.
But
He was very dapper in the TV series.
That's true. He is quite dapper. All right. So outside of the penguin, I didn't know that was going to become such an issue.
Well, actually, I'm kind of interested in what they're gonna do for the backstory of the penguin, because in the comics, the Cobblepots are like a huge family in Gotham that helped develop the city. So, like, I don't know if he's just gonna be like some sort of small criminal type, or if he's actually gonna be like, like part of an influential family during the show, and that'll be interesting to see if they went that way.
I like how they're focusing on, on Commissioner Gordon as a young detective. I think it's great to get that backstory, because he's kind of a supporting role, but it kind of, sheds more light on his character. And I think prequels are always great when you have such a big franchise and you're very invested in the characters and you come to know them. So kind of seeing their actual far back origins, kind of stuff that the normal series doesn't touch on necessarily until that point. I think it's a very strong draw, especially for a series like Batman, where people really love the characters.
I'm pretty excited about it. I thought that the trailer looked amazing, and you have your 24 connection there because the kid playing the lead played Kiefer Sutherland's kid on Hutch.
Oh yes, you're right.
And he's really good, so I'm pretty excited to see him play that role. And of course you have Donald Logue too.
So what I'm trying to find who is playing Gordon actually? Ben McKenzie. There it is. I should find that. So I mean, obviously this is really like a story about Gordon, which is awesome.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
He looks, but McKenzie looks like he's going to be really good.
Yeah. I think so.
Any other thoughts? Nicole, do you have any thoughts?
I really think it looked really cool. The one thing, this is like just kind of nitpicky, I think. I almost wish that the costumes were a little bit more like fantastical as opposed to just so like realistic. I don't know what it was about it, but I felt like because the way they're setting it up is kind of just this like alternate, universe. I almost felt like the costume should be a little bit like that as well. But that's just the nitpicky.
I kind of feel that way, that the set design was Tim Burton-esque, but the costumes were basically
Nolan-esque.
Yeah.
No, it's like
Once you've gotten to Chris Nolan, it's been pretty evident that the costumes have gotten way shinier. Like they used to. His costume used to be like this sort of gritty, more, I don't know.
Dark.
Yeah, darker. I don't know. It was dull. It makes sense. Though Christopher Nolan, it looks more like armor. It doesn't look like something to blend into the night and scare, but it looks more like this has a practical use.
Yes.
And I think they look a bit more like that, like something that is meant to not just look a certain way, but be used.
Yeah, more useful. No?
Which I guess is, I mean, considering they are costumes for the characters, like a relatively a compromise that you have to kind of get used to.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, what I'm actually hoping. One reason Smallville is one of my favorite shows. I'm actually hoping this show is really like that one was not about the costumes, but really all about the characters, and that's why I'm actually very excited about Gotham because I think that's what it looks like they're doing. Necrotis, by the way, says he just actually watched the trailer as we were talking about it, and he says it's amazing. All right, very good. And Honky Tonk Buffalo, what's up, Glenn, says, Donald Logue is amazing. He's going to knock it out of the park as Bullock. I can't wait for Gotham.
What?
Wow, big Donald Logue fan over here. What else has he been in? I can't really place.
Runaway Bride.
He was in the first Blade movie.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He's been in a lot of stuff, but he's one of those people that you go back and you're like, oh, he's in that, and he's in this, and he's in that.
Yeah, he kind of like circles around. He's been in everything.
Yeah.
You know, but you don't really know it. Again, he's really good at being a dramatic actor. He's a really good comedic actor. He's one of those underrated people. So I was really excited when I found out that he was cast on this show. Like, yes, people will finally see how awesome he is.
He's everywhere.
Yes. Everywhere.
Right, he's gonna be in progress in season 2, actually.
Hey, don't spoil anything, Jeff. Jeez.
Oh shit! Sorry. All right. So, all right, very cool. So Gotham's looking very nice. All right, it's game time. Name That Geeky Character or Show. One of our newer games. So as I explain this, Nicole, why don't you kind of, to yourself, split us up into 3 teams as I'm explaining this, okay? Yes, get that?
You want me to, I'm bad at math, so this is like a mathy type thing.
Berna can help you. So, and everybody can be on one team because, you know, each of you have separate lists, so you don't know each other people's lists, so it's fine.
Okay.
All right, so I think if there's 10 of us, I think, so it'll just be like 3-3-4, basically.
Oh, okay.
All right, so anyway, how this game works is we're going to split into 3 teams. One person on the team is going to be presented with a list of geeky movies, TV shows, characters, could be a ship or an item or something, okay? And then the person is going to have to get the other his or her team to guess whatever it is, okay? And they're going to get 60 seconds to try to get as many on the list as they can, all right? And they're basically, and then whoever gets the most obviously wins of the teams. All right, so Nicole,
okay.
What are the teams going to be?
Okay, so the teams are going to be Diane, Armando, and Andrea, Giselle, Derek, Berna, and Jeff.
Wait, what was that one?
It's Diane. Did I say Diane, Derek, Berna, and Jeff?
Wasn't Diane with us?
Is Diane with Armando and Andrea?
Giselle, Derek, Jeff, and Berna.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then it'd be myself, David, and Paul.
Nicole, David, Paul. All right, I don't really know what the teams are at all, but that's okay.
I'll write it out really quick.
All right. All right, so anyway, Diane, I know Diane, Armando, and Andrea are on team. I know that much. So,
oh, I'm sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, you're right. Diane, Armando, Andrea. Okay.
Andrea. All right, good. So they'll go first then. So which of you 3? Actually, I'll just choose Diane. You're gonna get to go first. So Diane, you're gonna give the clues, all right? And Armando and Andrea, you're gonna have to guess, okay?
Oh, I have to give the clues?
Yes.
I thought I was just going to give it to someone. I don't want to.
You will do that too, but you also have to participate. You can do it. I believe in you. All right, so Nicole, actually, everybody else close your chat down, please, if you have your chat window open. But Diane, open your chat, and Nicole is going to paste, I guess, about 15 or so, right?
Yeah, I'll paste 15 in there.
So Diane, you're free to go in any order you like of this list, and just try to get them to guess as many as you can. I will time 60 seconds. All right, Diane's already making a weird face, but all right. Are you all good to go?
Okay.
All right, that's.
Close it.
All right, so here we go. Everybody ready? Andrea and Armando, you ready to guess?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. So I'll count it down. Diane, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you're watching, folks, you can feel free to guess along. 3, 2, 1, go.
Tomb Raider.
Lara Croft.
Yes.
That's what she said. Oh.
Okay.
Keep going.
Am I allowed to say what's in the title, like a word in the title, or no? Like
No.
what are? Okay. Time travel, car, Marty McFly,
Back to the Future.
Yes.
Zach Morris, AC Slater. Yes. Zombies.
The Walking Dead.
Day of the Dead. Man of the Dead.
Lara Croft.
Dawn of the Dead. Yes.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, probably. Hey Arnold. All of them.
Hey Arnold.
Yeah, they all have
Yes.
zombies now.
They all have zombies, yeah.
They're the
Time.
robot.
Okay, that's time.
Damn.
We suck.
Yes.
I don't know, but hopefully somebody else was counting. Nicole, were you counting by any chance?
No, I was just enjoying.
All right, so you got Laura. You got. How many did you guys get?
Porkchop was supposed to guess all of them. He just
Let
sat
us
there
down,
like
man.
I think you got 4. Yeah, I think you guys got 4.
That's not
Yeah.
bad.
Actually, though, you know what? Because they guessed, Diane gave a clue, and they guessed it, and but they guessed 2 that were on that list. So I think we just have to say 5, because they guessed Buffy and The Walking Dead, and they both were on there. So.
All right, so I guess the key is just say random geeky things, even if it's not in the clue. That's how you win this game, apparently, now. All right, so we got 5. That's pretty good, actually. Good job, guys. All right, so Nicole, what's the next team?
The next team is Giselle, Derek, Berna, and Jeff. Jeff, are you playing?
I am, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Do this!
All right, let's see, actually, why don't we offer one of our guests a chance if they want to, Giselle? Would Derek or Berna, would you like to give the clues?
You should have Derek do it, because Berna she's over here, so I could see it.
Oh, okay, all right, so Derek, you'll be the clue giver. We will guess.
Okay. So should I pick 15 from my list?
Oh, no, since you're on the team, no. Diane's got to choose from her list.
Oh, duh. Sorry.
Yeah, actually, yes, you should. We'll totally win.
Yes! That's a great idea.
Giselle will just like guess all 15 in 2 seconds. Like, I'm psychic. I'm awesome.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I'm choosing 15 from my list.
All right, everybody else, turn your chat off except Derek. And yes, take 15 from your list and paste it in the chat, please, Diane.
Oh. Well, that's hard. Let me see.
What? It'll be all right. I see, Giselle. I see how you work to try to win games. Very clever.
Oh no, it's going to not work.
You're on my team. I think it's fine.
This out per category, so they're not mixed up, and since we don't have time to mix it up, so I'm just pasting the first 15 in.
All right. As long as there's different things, right? As long as there's things there, it's fine.
Okay.
All right. So Derek, you have the list.
All right.
I do.
Okay. I am ready.
Actually, Derek, okay. I'm also actually going to say, I guess, even if you want to take from Nicole's list that wasn't already done, you can probably feel free to do that too. Anything in that chat that hasn't been done already.
Do you want me to time it for you guys then?
Please do. That would be great.
Okay.
By the way, Necrodia says, just say random geeky things to win. Dang, Mark Pazula will win just by talking. All right. So Derek's giving the clues. Giselle, Berna, and I are guessing. All right, Nicole, go ahead.
All right, and 3, 2, 1, go.
What's up, Doc?
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
Yep. Okay. Batman's immortal nemesis.
Joker.
No.
Bane. Ra's al Ghul.
Penguin.
Yes.
Riddler.
Okay. If she touches you, you go into a coma.
What?
Rogue.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Rogue.
Female Superman.
Supergirl.
Yep.
Wonder.
Let's see here. The Looney Tunes when they were little.
Tiny Toons.
Tiny Toons.
Yes.
Adventures.
The Intersect.
Chuck.
Yes. Prehistoric.
Jurassic Park.
The Cars with Feet.
Cars with feet? What?
Flintstones?
Yes. Let's see here. Japanese anime with girls in skirts.
Sailor Moon.
The Doctor's robot nemesis.
Dalek.
Yes.
Time's up.
Oh.
Dude, we rocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Digital 5. Digital 5. Yeah.
Good job, Derek.
What was our count?
Yeah, what, Nicole?
Like,
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
Actually, Derek, could you maybe see how many we got? You have the list?
Yeah. Let's see.
We got a whole bunch, though.
Bunny. Daily.
By the way, when he was saying anime with girls, I was like, that's every freaking anime.
Anime.
I count 9.
Except
Holy
Joey.
crap. We got 9, he says. Yeah, go team.
Like I'm the only one who ever went to Fortune.
All right. So now, Nicole, what's the last team?
It's myself, David, and Paul.
All right. You guys got your work cut out for you now.
Yeah.
All right. So, Nicole, since David and Paul are together, I think you'll have to give the clues.
Okay.
So, everybody close your chat except Nicole. And Giselle, can you put your list for Nicole?
Certainly. All right. Just trying to highlight. Okay. Making sure there's 15 in there. Okay. Alrighty, everyone.
Oh, wait. It didn't show up yet on mine.
Oh, I haven't posted it yet.
Ah, that's why.
That's probably why. All right. There we go.
All right. So here we go. You got one. Well, I almost said 1 second. You only have 1 second, guys. That's all I'm giving you. 60 seconds. 1 minute. Nicole already looks freaked out at this list. All right, good. Giselle, you made it hard. Good job.
Okay, should I send a different list?
No, it's okay. I'll
No,
figure
she
it out.
can do it.
Sure?
She can do it.
I'll figure it out.
All right, this is going to be a disaster. Great. All right, ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, it's a day of the year that's like cursed, but it's also a movie.
Friday the 13th.
Okay. It's 2 guys and they're like, they say like shut up to each other, and it's a cartoon.
Beavis and Butthead. Jaws.
Okay. Then there's this guy and he kills vampires, and it was like really dark, and I think okay. That's
Blade?
Yes.
then okay, Christopher Nolan made this movie about Batman.
Dark Knight?
And then there's Morpheus, Neo.
Matrix?
And then there's this one that's like really creepy, and it's about an insect.
That is time.
You did a good job with that list.
It was really hard.
So, Derek, 6, is that what you said? They got 6? All right, hey, that means our team is the winner!
Yeah.
By the way, Nicole, that was Jaws. I thought you were doing I Dream of Jeannie.
Yes!
Yeah, what the
Did you hear my theme song, though?
Yeah, I thought you were actually trying to do a bad version of I Dream of Jeannie theme song. I've seen you play Name That Geeky too, and I know how you are with the theme songs.
That's true.
But he got Jaws. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was good, everybody. So 5, 9, and 6. Obviously, we were far ahead of everybody else because we're so awesome. And also, Derek is very good at giving clues.
Yes.
Yeah, they were masters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were him.
Some sort of geek god there. No?
All right, excellent. Good job, everybody. All right, so we're going to do a second geeky question in just a minute, but if you're watching the recorded version, we're going to take one last commercial break. We'll see you back in a second. All right, geeky question number 2. Giselle is going to read this one.
Okay, what character from comics, movies, TV, etc. do you think has changed the most since first being introduced?
All right, Giselle, why don't you kick us off with this?
I have to split this between two characters. Just like the answer to my previous question, Dracula, because there have been so many versions of Dracula. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, you have, like, futuristic Dracula, sexy Dracula, ugly Dracula, Gary Oldman Dracula. I mean, like, there's so many versions of that character, which I love. Like, seeing him evolve and go through the different stages. That's been really cool. And also, Batman. I mean, I know he's like my answer every week, but this is like,
those are ours. Yeah, those are ours.
Yeah, that's like a legitimate reason to use him this time, because just seeing his transformation over the decades has been fascinating. Just how he's gone from campy to serious, kind of back to campy again, and in the movies versus how he's portrayed in the comics. Like, it's truly fascinating.
It is. You know what? Just I don't know, probably a couple months ago, they started DC started releasing. I think they're calling it the Essential Batman or something. It's like they're releasing every Batman issue from Detective Comics in sequential order from the very first.
Wow.
And I got the first set of like 10 or whatever issues.
That's awesome.
I've never read them before this, and it's very interesting to see how he started and how different he was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
By the way, it's 75th anniversary of Batman this year.
I know.
Didn't he originally use guns and like kill people or something?
He killed people. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And he drove around in this flashy red car. It's
exactly.
Just a normal car. It was ridiculous.
It's fascinating because those two very things, the using a gun and killing people, are the antithesis of what he is now. So it's so interesting to see that.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool that they're doing that, actually.
Yeah.
I like the old language they use. For example, the famous Boner comic. You know,
you remember that? Yes.
Batman fell into my boner that time. Of course, being a boner being a mistake back then. Now, in the context,
Yes.
And we all know what it is.
Nice. Oh, by the way, before we continue this topic, Alexander Martin on Twitter says, during the game, he wants to know, what was the bug movie you were trying to do, Nicole? Was it Starship Troopers, he asks?
The Fly.
Okay.
That's what I said, The Fly.
But I didn't really know how to describe it because I think I saw it like a long time ago, and I remember being like totally creeped out. So I tried to like purge as much of it from my memory as possible. So I was hoping to kind of describe it, but
It's a remake of Goldblum.
On my list. Yeah, on my list there were like 3 Goldblum movies in a row.
Yeah, I agree. No, this Earthquakes Are Easy, The Fly, and Friday or something. You know.
Girls Are Easy is the best.
That's a weird movie. Let's face it.
It's, as far as a movie with Jeff Goldblum and aliens, Earth Girls Are Easy is a great movie.
It's a great.
It's a decent movie, and what's his face? Ace Ventura is there, no? It's
Carrey.
Jim Carrey?
Carrey, yeah.
You remember him for Ace Ventura?
What do you want me to do? The Mask?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Your way, duh.
Was that one the most important one?
Snob, yeah, of course.
Actually, I think a lot of people associate with Ace Ventura. Actually, to be honest with you, that's one of the movies that got him big.
Yeah.
His first movies. Anthony Davis on Twitter, who's actually one of our brand new fans. I've been talking to him on YouTube and stuff. At Lister's Mate says the Ninja Turtles have changed a lot since they came out in '88, '89. He says.
Yeah. I have a visual aid to go with that one.
Oh, let's see. That's a black screen. That's awesome. All right. Here it is. Wait, let me share it.
No, yeah.
There it is. Yeah, that's I remember that, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Awesome.
Oh, that's from the. I like that one a lot because it's like aliens.
Nice.
I say that's a change.
I remember when they were black and white.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when they were black and white.
Necrodius on Twitter says, let me just share some tweets here and we'll get back to you guys. Frankenstein, from the original to all incarnations to I, Frankenstein, and Kuntz's novels has changed a lot, he says.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander Martin says, Scott Summers, he went from Boy Scout to teacher to mutant leader, savior to basically Magneto and Cap level leader. Nice. And then Honky Tonk Buffalo says, since Giselle stole my Batman answer, I'm going to go with X-Men. Every character has evolved by leaps and bounds.
Mm-hmm.
Again, folks, if you're watching, of course, any answer, you're going to know Giselle's going to say Batman. It doesn't matter what the question is.
Batman.
Yep.
Who's actually on Saturday? Giselle wasn't on Saturday when we did our bonus one. The question was our favorite sci-fi heroines. She probably would have said Batman.
Yes, I would.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. Who else wants to go? Derek?
Well, I already gave my Turtles answer.
Turtles was your answer too? Okay, very good, sir.
I had the screen shots and everything.
No, you were well prepared. Very impressive. Let's see. Who? David, Paul, have you guys gone?
We were actually going to say Batman and Dracula. So, yeah.
No way!
Asked and answered.
I'm sorry I stole your answer.
Both of them.
I know.
Frankenstein's gone through some pretty freaky mutations over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And Berna and Nicole?
I was actually literally going to say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was talking with Armando and Andrea about it before the show, and I was like, I stole my answer! So, that was my answer.
I really like what Giselle said about Dracula, because that's really true, especially in movies.
Mm-hmm.
You always see, they had the, who's the famous Dracula, the old one with the ears? Yeah, Bela Lugosi. But then you have...
Nosferatu, yes.
Yeah.
Nosferatu, of course.
Before Bela Lugosi, Dracula was just like kind of this weird foreign guy. And ever since Bela took him on stage, he was like this exotic, sexy, foreign dude. And yes, and everybody just sort of accepted that this is alluring guy. And before he was supposed to be kind of gross.
Yeah, like a corpse.
Yeah.
Original
weird
like zombies with benefits.
Zombies with benefits?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, seriously. Like, it's interesting that now he's supposed to be alluring and sexy, yeah, but just like you guys were saying, he's dead, and you can tell he was dead. Like,
And Paul, speaking of zombies, they've gone through a wonderfully radical change from voodoo slaves into biological running weapons.
Yes, tanks and stuff, no? Yeah.
Was that your answer, Diane?
It can be. I was gonna say Doctor Who.
Oh, nice.
But zombies, yeah, that's a good answer for sure.
And
I can say, all right, I have mine then. All right, as a character, the Western Dragon, because originally in mythology it was a bad guy guarding the hoards of treasure. Even up to Tolkien, you had the bad guy, but then you had the metamorphosis into becoming noble creatures. With Sean Connery in Dragonheart. In Dragonlance, they could be both good and evil, and they became powerful beings in their own right. Almost these cosmic beings, were oftentimes very noble and very good, or at least neutral. So I think the treatment of the dragon, at least in the West, has very much changed.
That's a great answer.
Very
true.
nice.
Armando and Andrew, did you guys share your answer? Was it one of the?
Not yet.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go with James Bond because, in my opinion, not only changes, but he changed according to how the world thinks. In the 1960s, he's this mega capitalistic, fighting commies, sexist, verbally abused guy, and now he's this sensitive guy defending women, fighting corporations. He became a commie. Now he's fighting big corporations to save the peasants of third world countries. It's like, man.
I like things.
I like Sean Connery.
It's like the perfect example of how society evolves.
I like the new James Bond. But yeah, it is a big change. You're right. Very true.
Oh yeah.
Andrea?
I'm gonna say John Valjean from the book onto pretty much everything else. Not just because he's changed a lot, but rather because the change was so radical. Like in the book, he was this guy who basically he tried really hard to do the right thing by the eyes of God and by the eyes of goodness, but he couldn't help his own impulsive nature, and he had these troubles, and he didn't have the answer. Like he doesn't know what is the good thing to do, and he ends up just saying, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna do the first thing that comes to mind." And then the adaptation is like he's this guy that just can't help being good. Like he's the exact opposite. Everything that happens is he does the right thing all the time. He always knows the right thing. Like that's the exact opposite. So Jean Valjean from Les Miserables.
All right, cool.
Okay.
My favorite musical, actually. So Necrodius on Twitter says he loves that Dracula and Frankenstein are getting some love tonight. And Alexander Martin says Giselle is so not sorry when it comes to possession of Batman.
Not at all. Not at all.
All right, cool. Let's see. I think that's everybody, right? We all went? Gave our answers?
Yep.
Cool. Excellent. All right. So before we get out of here, Nicole, why don't you give some links again for Progress?
Yes. When the show's over in a couple minutes, check us out at progresstheseries.com or on YouTube under Progress the Series, Facebook Progress the Series, Twitter Prog the Series, and then yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it.
That was so like adorable. How can people not go watch now?
Nicole is adorable forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. And let's see. And also, if you check out after the show is not live anymore, the description section, I'll put all those links and people's individual Twitters as well. You can go follow all the guys you saw on the show and the ladies too. So, Diane, where can people find Defective Geeks?
You can find Defective Geeks at defectivegeeks.com, and please also, if you're, I know most of you are already subscribed to this channel, you better be, but after that, you should subscribe to the Defective Geeks YouTube channel as well, because our live shows are getting a lot crazier, and this last Monday's live show was really, really pretty funny. Giselle made a lot of magic, and you guys should all watch it.
She made a lot of magic.
Yes, she did. It was a very
I'm
magical...
trying to figure out what that means.
Yeah, I think you might enjoy it. While you watch
I'm
it.
sure I will.
And you can subscribe to our podcast on iTunes or on Stitcher. So look up Defective Geeks and you'll find us. And we'll talk to you guys there too.
Awesome. I'm glad you mentioned podcasts because I always forget to tell people we're also a podcast as well, Super Geeked Up. If you don't get to check out the video version of the show, please subscribe to us on iTunes. Just search for Super Geeked Up, and you can listen to it wherever you are. And Super Knocked Up, my show. Again, please check it out. Super Knocked Up, Super Geeked Up are all both at superknockedup.com or SKU Web Series on YouTube. And we're Super Knocked Up on both Facebook and Twitter. Let me share one last tweet here. Anthony Davis, to our last question, he says the whole concept of Star Trek has changed a lot since the 60s, if you think about it, because it changed our present day. Very insightful, sir. All right, cool. So I think that's everything, our links and everything. Thank you to the whole team from Progress for coming on. Thank you so much, guys. You're awesome. Yes?
Thank you so much for coming on, guys. We love you.
Love you.
Love you so much.
We love you more. Party.
Let's hang out.
Why is it all secret? I don't understand. Yes, everybody watching live, I guess go party with it then. All right. Thank you guys very much. Thank you everybody who did watch live and for tweeting in. Thank you guys. We really appreciate you joining us every week. All right, good, folks. So here's what we're gonna do. When I point at the screen, I'm gonna do my little lead out here. We're all gonna try to say Super Geeked Up at the same time. Okay? All right. So thank you for watching. One last thing. I almost forgot. Tomorrow I'm actually taking off for Toronto. TO Web Fest is this Friday through Sunday. I will be there. Super Knocked Up is showing. I'm on a panel. But also, very exciting, we're actually doing Super Geeked Up Live program at the WebFest. And we have actually Robin Dunn, who's from the sci-fi series Sanctuary, is our special celebrity guest. He's going to play games with us. Yeah. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. So please, that's Sunday at 11 a.m. if you're in Toronto, if you're going to the fest. It's free. So please come out. We're going to have audience participation. You can play the games with us and have a lot of fun and geek out with us. And that's towebfest.com. You get all the details there. All right, cool. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific. Until then, stay
Super Geeked Up!
next week.